Look at the center of the screen. It looks unassuming. It is covered in dirt. It looks like a lump of mud, casually flung into a corner by the creator when creating the world, who forgot to shape it. That's right, this is a potato. You might think it's boring. After all, in our stereotypes, potatoes are just cheap carbohydrates, or the lazy, couch potato version of you. But what if I told you, this thing that looks as rough as a heel is actually the mastermind behind human history? If I told you, without it, the Industrial Revolution might have been delayed by centuries? Without it, Van Gogh might not have painted those masterpieces? Or that without it, the map of Europe today would look completely different? Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to peel back the potato's skin. I mean, peel back its disguise and see how this underground king used a nearly despicable pragmatism to conquer picky humans, dominate our dinner tables, and change the world along the way. Buckle up! Even if you are just a couch potato right now, after watching this video, you will feel like a noble potato yourself. The story begins about 8,000 years ago. Location: the Andes Mountains of South America. The Incas there were the first to domesticate the potato. For the Incas, the potato was a gift from the gods, a life-saving ration. But in the 16th century, when those greedy Spanish conquistadors searching for gold stepped onto this land, their attitude toward the potato was disdain. That's right, when it first entered Europe, it suffered 2 centuries of bullying. Europeans back then believed in a strange botanical theory. Only good-looking things tasted good. Potatoes! Ugly, rejected. Plus, the Bible never mentioned potatoes. The church even claimed eating them would lead to promiscuity or even cause leprosy. For a long time, potatoes in Europe were used to feed pigs or grown in gardens as ornamental flowers. Don't laugh, potato flowers are actually quite pretty. So how did the potato make its comeback? We have to thank a French marketing genius, Antoine Parmentier. This guy, during the 7 Years' War, was captured by the Prussians. He ate potatoes every day in prison. He was surprised to find, hey, I didn't die, didn't get leprosy, and I'm actually quite full. It even tastes kind of good. After returning home to promote the potato, he came up with one of human history's most brilliant reverse psychology marketing campaigns. He put up signs around his fields, posted heavy guards, and deliberately leaked rumors. This food is reserved exclusively for His Majesty. Any person found stealing it shall be put to death. But he secretly ordered the soldiers to guard strictly by day and go sleep at night, leaving the fields unguarded. The French peasants saw this and thought, what? A treasure meant for the king's table, guarded by soldiers? It must be fine fare indeed. So on dark and windy nights, peasants formed groups to go steal potatoes from the fields. Within a few years, potatoes became popular across France. You see, the essence of humanity is not just repetition, but being overly curious thieves. Relying on its savage vitality, high yield, and cold resistance, the potato quickly took root across the European continent. It didn't just fill people's stomachs, it detonated Europe's population growth and stockpiled the cheapest consumable labor for the impending Industrial Revolution. The essence of the Industrial Revolution is actually the burning of 2 types of fuel. Coal drove the machines made of steel, while the potato, as the most efficient biofuel, drove the workers made of flesh and blood. So, when you hear the deafening roar of steam engines, don't forget, behind that sound are countless low echoes, the burps of people full on potatoes.
Oopsie.
History class is over. Now it's time for chemistry class. Why are potatoes so delicious? Why are your stir-fried potato shreds sometimes crisp and sometimes a mushy lump? It all comes down to one word: starch. Potatoes are about 80% water. The vast majority of the remaining dry matter is starch, but not all starch is the same. Here is a final dichotomy regarding potatoes. If you don't understand this, you will never cook potatoes well. We divide potatoes into 2 camps. One is the floury potato, what we often call mealy potatoes. They have high starch content and low water content. The other camp is the waxy potato, also known as the crisp potato. Low starch content, high moisture. If you want to make cloud-like, dense, melt-in-your-mouth mashed potatoes or fry up crispy French fries, please choose starchy potatoes, like russets or the ones in the market with rough skin and darker colors. Because of their high starch content and low water and larger starch granules, they expand like balloons, absorb water, and burst upon heating, creating that fluffy, sandy texture. If you want to make sour and spicy shredded potatoes or stewed chunks, and you don't want them dissolving into soup, please choose waxy potatoes. Usually thin-skinned, smooth surface, lighter color. Their cell walls bind tightly, so they hold their shape even when cooked, giving a chewy texture. Of course, speaking of potato science, we can't forget the Maillard reaction. Potatoes are rich in amino acids and reducing sugars. When the temperature exceeds 140 degrees Celsius, a magical chemical reaction occurs, producing hundreds of flavor compounds and turning them a tempting golden brown. This is why boiled potatoes are merely edible, while French fries are a crime. Since we mentioned French fries, we have to talk about the greatest junk food on this planet. You think frying fries is simple? Cut the potatoes and throw them in oil? Wrong. Dead wrong. Perfect fries need to go through 3 different temperature baptisms. Step 1. Wash and parboil. Wash off the surface starch to prevent sticking. Boil until half-cooked to make the internal structure soft. Step 2. Low temperature slow frying. Around 130 degrees Celsius. This step is to dry out the surface moisture and form a hard shell, but without browning it yet. Step 3. Finish with a high heat fry around 180 degrees Celsius. This step is the soul. The high heat instantly triggers the Maillard reaction on the skin, turning it golden yellow. Meanwhile, the internal water turns to steam, puffing the fry up to look chubby. Only in this way can you get that perfect fry, crispy as glass on the outside and soft as your first love on the inside. If someone in the comments says, "Oh, that's too much trouble, I'll just use an air fryer," I can only wish you happiness, but you have lost the soul. Besides fries, the potato family has another pleasant surprise: chips. This story is very satisfying. In 1853, a New York chef named George Crumb met a very difficult customer. This customer, rumored to be railroad tycoon Cornelius Vanderbilt, kept sending the fried potatoes back to the kitchen, complaining they were cut too thick. Chef George got angry. He thought, "You think it's thick? Fine, I'll cut it like paper." He sliced the potatoes wafer thin, fried them incredibly crisp, threw on a huge handful of salt, and served it, ready to laugh at the customer. You couldn't use a fork on this thing, you had to use your hands. The result? The customer took one bite and was amazed. And just like that, potato chips were born. It was a product of anger, a product of revenge. But now, it is our best companion when binge-watching shows. So next time you eat chips, remember to thank that angry chef and that picky, nitpicking customer.
Thank you very much.
Although the potato is an import, in China, the potato found its second home. In this magical nation, the potato's identity becomes confusing. In the West, potatoes are a staple food, in existence like bread. But in China, potatoes are a vegetable dish. Yes, we eat potatoes with rice. This is the ultimate carb-on-carb bomb, a deadly duet that sends blood sugar soaring. But it is also an irreplaceable joy. Look at this sour and spicy shredded potato. It is the touchstone of a Chinese chef's knife skills. Every strand must be even in thickness. Rinse to remove starch. Flash fried over high heat. Adding vinegar to bring out that crisp, crunchy texture. To Westerners, this is unbelievable. How can potatoes be crunchy? That's raw. Then look at San Xian, 3 fresh ones of the earth. The sworn brotherhood of potato, eggplant, and green pepper. Although the calories explode due to flash frying in oil, that soft, sticky texture soaking up all the sauce. Who can refuse? Then there's Yunnan's grandma's mashed potatoes, Sichuan's wolf's teeth potatoes, Gansu's mashed potato jelly. In China, the potato breaks free from a single culinary identity. It is pan-fried, stir-fried, braised, deep-fried, stewed, boiled, steamed, mashed. The Chinese used 5,000 years of culinary wisdom to give this South American tuber a new life. What I want to say is, potatoes in China are not merely food. They are a form of nostalgia. For many wanderers far from home, a plate of mom's stir-fried potato shreds is more precious than any 3 Michelin stars. Having said all this, why did we spend over 10 minutes talking about potatoes? Because I feel potatoes are very much like most of us ordinary people. It's not as expensive as truffles, not as vibrant as tomatoes, not as middle class as avocados. It's not only cheap, but even a little rustic. Throw it in barren soil and it lives. Throw it on a cold plateau and it also lives. It silently accumulates strength in the dark underground, fattening itself up, just so one day it can be dug out in this cruel world to fill every hungry belly. It doesn't pick teammates. It works with beef, works with green peppers, even works with tomatoes. The potato teaches us a most simple philosophy of life. You don't have to shine blindingly bright. You don't need a flashy exterior. As long as you have substance inside, as long as you are tough enough, you are an indispensable protagonist in this world. So don't order takeout tonight. Go buy 2 potatoes. Wash off the dirt. Peel them. Whether you stir-fry shreds, stew them with meat, or just simply steam them, really feel this deliciousness that has crossed thousands of years, crossed mountains and seas to reach you. If this video made you hungry, or made you feel respect for the potato, please don't be stingy with your likes, subscriptions, and shares. Type your favorite potato recipe in the comments, or share this with your simple and lovely friend who is just like a potato. Friends, we're going to go eat fries now. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.